So let's make a formal introduction for our listener. Good evening, Kazuya. My name is Claudio, and I'm calling you from Washington, D.C. From the studio in Fairfax City. We're very humble and grateful that Kazuya Nagaya accepted our invitation to our show. Kazuya, welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks a lot for having me here.
No problem. So with the situation with the COVID, right, all over the world for the last year, some people believe in the vaccine, some people don't. In some countries, it's mandatory. And how it is has affected you, COVID, your life, your family life, your inability to tour and go out that much. How is affecting you, the COVID pandemic?
You mean COVID-19, right?
Yeah, yeah.
My life is like all touring stuff. I've been touring. I've been having a concert in Europe and in Canada and other countries. But the last time that I had my show was last March, and it's all stopped since then. So my life has been really changed by COVID-19. Yeah. So now I'm trying to focus on the domestic, stuff, domestic job in Japan. So now I'm doing that. So yeah, that's the situation. And still it's going on in Japan too, right? Like the we don't do the lockdown in Japan, but also like we do the mild lockdown. It's like they say it's a state of emergency, so it's still difficult to work for us, for artists. We can't do many concerts and stuff. So yeah.
After the Olympic Games, when it's going to be lifted? Do you know?
I have no idea. I have no idea. Maybe autumn.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. Yeah. Nobody knows because it's the number of the cases is increasing. It's almost like a spiking up now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's very difficult for us all. Yeah.
Find out when it's going to be happening. Okay, so let's go back to the beginning. Were you born like in a musical family, and when you started playing, I don't know, piano or keyboards?
Well, I started to play electric guitar when
Electric
I was
guitar?
electric guitar because I was a big fan of rock music.
All right.
So yeah, from the very beginning, I just play electric guitar.
Yeah.
Like a punk kid.
That's okay. Yeah. And then that was you were like the equivalent here in high school, right? Yeah.
Yeah, high school, but elementary school.
Elementary school, yeah.
Yeah, I started to play like electric guitar. I used to love like David Bowie.
David Bowie? Wow.
Yeah.
Of course, he's a man.
Embarrassing, yeah.
No, that's okay. And then when you finish the equivalent of high school here, you needed to make a decision whether go to college, university, or become a musician. And then was a difficult decision that you needed to convince your parents to say, well, I want to give it a try as a musician, or was difficult, or wasn't difficult to make that decision?
I've never thought that I wanted to be a musician. I just played it as a hobby,
Yeah.
I wanted to be a writer when I was young.
Yeah.
Writer, fiction stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I just played music only for my hobby. So that's it. But I just kept doing that, then that became my job, like naturally.
Yeah.
So yeah, luckily.
Yeah, and then you stay with it, right? So
yeah.
What when you were about that age, what kind of music were you listening at the time?
You mean my favorite music?
Yeah, at the time when you were 18, you know,
I think
middle.
when I was young, you mean?
Yeah, when you were young, what kind of music were you
Oh,
listening that influenced you?
like I was a big fan of the Velvet Underground.
Yeah, Velvet Underground. Yeah,
Yeah, and the Doors,
yeah, of course.
and yeah, and the Patti Smith, like American, you know,
American
uh,
bands, right?
yeah, American kind of dark rock music. I used to love them.
Yeah,
Yeah, also like I like some techno music by Ryuichi Sakamoto.
of course.
Yeah, and yeah, I used to love like classic music too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I told you, check it out. If you like that, check it out, Kenzo. You will like that. I will send you the link. They're
Okay.
very good. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Thanks.
interviewing them tonight, which is it's going to be 9 a.m. in Tokyo, Monday morning, tomorrow, tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So they're very good. They're very good band. There's a lot of very good music from Japan.
Yeah.
So when do you went from playing the guitar, you doing some electronic music, and then you began using bronze bell, gongs, and singing bowls, and mostly instruments that are known mostly in Buddhist ritual in Nepal, Indonesia. That's kind of country. How you came to the bells? Of course, I know that it's a famous tradition in Japan, use of the bell, of course. But how you put the two together?
Actually, it's kind of complicated to explain it because when I was young, like I said, I used to play rock music.
Yeah.
But I always felt like I'm doing something from other people, not from myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
Because the
do.
rock music belongs to the Western culture.
Yeah.
And every time I play electric guitar and the music, rock music, I don't, I didn't feel very comfortable. So I quit to play that when I was 25 or something. And I started to look for some other music that I can play from me, from myself, from my flesh and blood. So I started to look for some instruments that I can play, and from my heart, right? And and I recall that the Buddhist altar, we all Japan, we used to have the Buddhist altar in every house, every family. Every family has their Buddhist altar in their home.
Sure.
Okay, and my grandma has that too. And there's a Buddhist ball inside that Buddhist altar. And my grandma used to play that, used to, ring it, hit it every morning. And I used to love that sound.
Yeah.
Very beautiful sound. And yeah, I recall that memory, and I thought that okay, I'm gonna use that for my music. And yeah, so I started to use the instruments. I went to the shop where they sell all those Buddhist balls, Buddhist instruments there.
Yeah.
So I bought like 10 of those, and yeah, I tested all of them, and yeah, I recorded them, and you know, that's how my music established.
Wow. And it was difficult to learn at the beginning. Now you mastered that, but at the beginning it was difficult to learn.
No, not at all. You can play it, right away. It's very easy. You can just hit it, and that's all. So it's very easy, but and also it's very beautiful. Like the sound is very beautiful, but
Oh yeah,
also
of course, yeah.
when the sound is fading away, right?
Yeah.
It has very long reverberation.
Mm.
When it's fading away, it's so beautiful, silence. So
Yeah.
it's a so that instrument is a combination between sounds and the silence, and they both are very beautiful.
Mm. By the way, Kazuya, where do you live? You live in Tokyo or no, or somewhere else?
I live in countryside in
In the
Japan.
countryside? Yeah.
Yeah.
How far
Yeah.
from Tokyo? Well, it's
2 hours drive.
the train. Yeah.
Yeah. Trying to drive.
Yeah.
I'm far.
I'm going.
far.
I think I'm going to be in Tokyo in around December.
Yeah.
Well, so maybe we can get together for dinner.
Yeah. Sure. Of course.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. What for? What for?
No, I want to go and buy music. I've never been in Tokyo.
Right.
I
In
want to
Tokyo.
go. There are so many record shops and so many.
Yeah.
I want to bring more music here.
Yeah. That's
I,
what I
I
heard.
like the Japanese pressing and then how they do. They're in Japan. Of course, I'm not telling you anything new. They're very careful with everything they do, from the record, the way you open the CD. They're very meticulous. It's very well run. It's precise.
Yeah. I know that's how Japanese, do
Culture is yeah.
things. Yeah.
I saw a picture that you have a table, a computer, you have some flames around it, and you have that rounds of bells and
Yep.
I don't know how to describe it, bells and gong. That's a beautiful picture. They're very precise. So when you playing some and the sound fade away, I know exactly what you say. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. It's very beautiful. So people use it for their meditation too.
Yeah, meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
It's very beautiful. Yeah, the
yeah.
silence.
No, absolutely, man. Are you doing lately? You've been doing like when you release your music, you go to a record label or you do self-release?
I used to do, I used to run my own label.
You don't, yeah.
Yeah, but I quit that, and now I'm belongs to the other label, which is in Berlin.
Norway, yeah.
Berlin, in Germany.
In Germany, yeah.
Yeah. So they release my stuff, and also I made a contract with the label in Barcelona too. So yeah, they are taking care of my stuff.
So when you're done, your master, you send it to them, and then they do the pressing, the vinyl, and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, they mastered my stuff.
They do the mastering.
Yeah.
And is your stuff in both CDs and vinyl and digital, or mostly CDs or digital format?
Yeah, nowadays it's like a digital, right? But the label in Germany, they release my stuff as vinyl, CD, and digital.
Indeed. Wow, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, you're very famous, so I'm quite sure that a lot of people buy your music. So you sell a lot.
Really? I don't think so.
Well, for me, the music is good. For me, the music is good.
Thanks, but I'm not very famous, and
Well, it's good. Famous, it's good music. For me, it is. And let's take it to let's talk about the one of your favorite albums. The Dream Interpretation came together. How that album came together? Because I was reading that you went from philosophy to psychology, and then you began studying Carl Gustav Jung, which are very fan of, and then Sigmund Freud and many psychology. And then how the dream interpretation came together at the beginning? You began reading that as because you like to read, and then how the album came to you? How?
it's hard to say. I love reading. I love reading stuff, but it was mostly the philosophy stuff I used to read. But several years back, like 5 or 6 years back, I started to read psychology,
Yeah.
psychoanalysis, like Freud and Jacques Lacan from France.
Yeah.
And I was kind of attracted by the book, by those books, especially the case studies.
Mm.
You know, the case studies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have studied Freud and Carl Gustav Jung, so I'm familiar with it.
Yeah. But not knowing why, for me, I don't know why I was, attracted by those books by myself. I didn't know. And after a while, I had this mental crisis after a while. And I don't know, I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what kind of music I could create. And it was a mental crisis for me. It was like a depression. It was like melancholia. I don't know what to say. But in that state, I started to look for what I can do. Then I thought like, okay, I'm gonna make some music that the people love, not me.
Mhm.
I used to create music that I wanted to, right? My favorite music. I want to create my favorite music.
For
But
you, for you.
for myself.
Yeah.
But I just quit that, and I thought that I'm gonna create something that people love. So I started to make the album. I don't know what to say. I don't know if you understand that, but yeah. Okay.
You
So I'm kind of give up my ego back then when I started to compose the album, to make the album. You know what I'm
and then
sorry. Yeah.
and then did you in the process you felt when you did psychoanalysis and introspection, you do you think you understood yourself better?
Yeah, actually, it's funny because, like I said, I started to compose music that people will love.
Yeah.
But as a result, that is something that I wanted to create.
Yeah.
So it's like a reverse action.
Yeah.
I gave up my ego.
Yeah.
Then I found my ego. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That is kind of weird.
Circle, like a vicious circle. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a very great study for me. If you want to find something, sometimes you have to give up your ego. Sometimes you have to forget yourself. Sometimes you have to do for someone else. Then you can find yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Have you studied the mandala and the archetype in Jung?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The Jung world.
Yeah.
It's beautiful stuff, man.
Yeah, that is very beautiful. Yeah, I love Jung's books too. Yeah, that's a very different from Freud.
Oh yeah.
Also, yeah, it's very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, they at the beginning when the two of them went apart, they met, I think, in 1919 or 20, if I remember correctly. They talk in a hotel. They got together in a hotel. They talk for 6 hours, and Jung say, "Well, we are very different." And they went divergent. They never. There's a famous meeting that the two of them have together, and yeah, I love Jung. I know Jung more than Freud for me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I know what you mean. Yeah.
But
Freud. Yeah. Sorry.
But lately, I have read I bought several books, and the interpretation of Freud in the Western culture was, it wasn't good because the translation weren't that good.
Mm.
So then I began reading other books for people that knew him, who were German, and did a good translation from that to English, and it makes more sense.
Oh.
I thought that he was wrong in a lot of things, and
Mm.
then after reading this book and the explanation, he wasn't that wrong.
Mm. Okay. That's very.
And then I read a couple of books from Freud's daughter Anna Freud,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then in the 50s, and then who was a professor here in the United States. And I so later on in my life, I have appreciated more the study for Freud than I did before.
Hmm. Yeah.
And yeah, and because I was misinterpreted. And then of course Carl Gustav Jung, which is a hero of mine. And
Hmm.
it's very interesting how the unconscious work and where a human being can understand itself. And that's what I went to study Carl Gustav Jung, and they're
Hmm.
very, very interesting stuff, man.
Hmm. Hmm.
So I like that you like that, and you like music too. Let's go back to your music. Feel free to elaborate on the following tracks. And what can you tell me about Thanatos from the EP Tokyo Conscious, from the album Dream Interpretation? How that's a beautiful piece. I listened to some of your music in online and Spotify and YouTube. That's Thanatos is a beautiful, beautiful piece, man. I
Thanks.
listened about 10 times last night. Put in my headphone when I
Thanks.
was putting the question together. This is very good stuff. Yeah. How that came together for you?
Uh, it's uh, I made it. I composed it for my friend wedding in the first place.
Really?
Yeah, then I rearranged it for my album. Yeah, so it was for a wedding song.
Yeah.
But kind of dark for a wedding.
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
And you played it in the wedding
No, it
live?
didn't happen. It didn't happen.
Okay.
So yeah. I just composed it. I wanted to create like a chamber kind of music.
Yeah.
So I made that song with the organ and also some vocals and yeah. And that song is the first one that I composed for that album, which means I was in the middle of depression.
Yeah.
Yeah, in a mental crisis.
Oh.
Yeah. But
Are you?
yeah. I always think about others. Like I say, I always thought about the people, audience, what kind of music they will love. So I composed that.
The other one that I really like as well was the EP Tokyo Unconscious.
Oh yeah, thanks.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful too. I like all the stuff. I
Wow.
went to bed about 1 o'clock in the morning, listen to all your album. I put my headphone on. All my equipment is from Japan, so I have very expensive stereos that are imported from Japan. So
Wow,
yeah,
good.
I was I was listening music composed by a Japanese musician coming out of a Japanese receiver, stereo, and everything. So
Wow, nice.
it, it was it was good. How that came together? That's a beautiful piece. Tokyo Unconscious, man.
Thanks. It's a kind of techno kind of music, right?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah.
I would put it. I would play in the metro station in Japan, where people are waiting for the train in the morning to go to work. I would put it in the background or something.
That's awesome.
I like that. The other beautiful album is the Microscope of Heraclitus, and the first track is called, I think, the original, the first track. Well, that's beautiful to me, man. That's very good music, man.
Thanks a lot. Very meditative stuff, right?
Oh yeah. People, what? Well, the Western culture, like myself, they will. I know I like the music, but what's the impression for the Japanese people? What Japanese people think about your music? I'm surprised that you're not famous there.
I'm not sure, but I'm not famous guy. I'm not a famous guy here, and most people love Western kind of music.
Yeah.
Right, but what I do is very different from others. What I do is more like I don't know, more like Asian mixture with Asian taste and ambient music, and the mix of them. And people, I'm not sure. People would think like my music's like I don't know how to say it. It's not not to know. It's not very fashionable, I think. Like.
But it's very good, man.
Yeah, thanks. It's a funny, because the people here, Japanese love Western music.
Yeah, of course.
And I don't have very much listener here, but the people from the Western society love my music. So it's another,
the reverse.
Yeah, reverse action. Yeah.
I'm listening to your music coming from the United States, and people in Japan, Japanese people, like music coming from the United States. It's like the opposite.
Yeah. Exactly.
And then but when you before the pandemic, right? You were touring within Japan, in different cities in Japan, and then you have like a big audience for Japanese people that go and see your concert, or where you play like a small venues, small theaters.
Yeah, I used to like, but it's like years back. But recent concert were mostly in foreign countries, like in Europe. Okay. Yeah, like in Canada, not in Japan. Yeah.
Really?
Oh. Not in the States. I would love to, but yeah.
When was the last time you were here in the United States playing, or in Canada?
In the States, you mean?
Yeah, here in the States, yeah.
I don't remember. It's like more than 10 years ago, I think. With yeah.
And people like your stuff here, yeah.
It was a very small concert, so yeah, I don't know.
So do you sell more CDs and vinyl to the Western culture that you do for your own country? Yeah.
Yeah, in Europe, yes.
In Europe, yeah, in New York and all the kind of places. But people in Japan can buy your music too, right? Yeah, you say they're there, right?
Yeah, some, yeah.
Some of them, yeah. Well, you're very humble because your stuff is very, very good. The other album that I like a lot was the Silent Garden. That was one of the earliest one, and I think a 210 or 212, and it's a very, very good album, man.
Thanks. It was like 5 or 6 or 7 years ago. I released it from my own label, and actually that was the last one, from my own label. Yeah. So I quit my label. Yeah. After that.
Yeah, that's a beautiful album, man.
Oh, thank you very much. I'm very happy to hear that.
I listened to, I think, a four or five albums that I was able to found on the internet, on Spotify, on YouTube, and it was very, very good stuff, man. Very, very good stuff. How many albums have you done altogether? Have you released? either of self-release or through the record label? Huh?
Yeah, maybe 10 or 11. Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, not bad, man. Not too bad. It's very good.
Thanks.
Pretty good.
Thanks.
It's pretty good. Can you elaborate in looking back in your career in your musical influences? Yeah, feel free to elaborate on that. I mean, I know that you mentioned that you did that. You went from doing music for yourself to doing music for others, but it was any particular either Japanese musician or people from Europe or United States that has a big influence in your music, like, I don't know, like Brian Eno, for example?
Yeah, my most favorite artists are like Arvo Part from Estonia, Arvo Part.
Yeah.
And John Cage from US.
Yeah.
And John Cage. And Henryk Gretzky from Poland. Henryk Gretzky. They're all from contemporary, music scene.
Yeah.
And also like Johan Johansson.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
He passed away, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But when I was young, I like I said, I used to love more like a rock kind of music.
Yeah.
Also. Yeah. But I got old and rock music became very loud for me. So yeah.
What kind of music you listen nowadays when you are at home or you are at work, or what kind of stuff you listen to?
Nowadays, I always listen to Johan Johansson's.
Yeah.
From Iceland. He's a genius. Yeah. I always listen to his album when I was like, doing my job.
Yeah. He's very good. Yeah.
He's very good.
Yeah, I own a couple, like 3 CDs from him. It's very, very good stuff. Very, very good stuff. So looking back in your career, since you have toured in Asia, in Europe, and in Canada, United States, is any particular concert that you will never forget, that everything worked out well, the live was great, the music was great, the atmosphere? Is any particular concert you would say, man, that's the best thing I ever done in my life? I can die happy now.
I don't remember.
Or any memorable one that you felt everything went well? Can be in.
It's difficult to recall those memories. I just forget everything. So I don't remember it very well. I'm sorry.
Yeah. That's okay. Sometimes people think, well, that place, whatever, 1985, played in Berlin or whatever, it was the best thing that happened to me. Do you miss touring and playing live? Do you like that, or you prefer studio work? You prefer to do your own stuff, send it to Barcelona, send it to Berlin, and then they release it, or you like touring?
Yeah, I like both. I love composing in my house. I love to being stuck in my studio and composing. I love it so much. But I also miss touring. I miss people in foreign countries. So I want to do both. But the situation is very difficult.
Yeah, hopefully it's in this situation. So what are the plans for the near future? Are you, when the pandemic is over, and do you have any gigs coming up, and you want to be touring somewhere, or you don't know that yet?
I have some offers already.
Yeah.
From like Germany and other cities, but not sure.
Yeah.
If I can do it or not. So yeah, difficult. But I also love to stay here to work on my studio.
Yeah.
So I want to do it more. I want to compose more. I want to compose for like movies and stuff. That's what I want to do. Yeah, yeah. So yeah.
Have you done any soundtracks? No.
I do some.
Film
I do
score?
some already. Yeah, yeah. I do some, but I want to do. I want to do it more. And mostly, I do composing for documentary music, documentaries. Not fictions, but I want to do more fictions. Feature films.
Feature film? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
In
That's what
Germany, well, you need to come to United States to play
yeah,
here.
yeah. I love to. Of course, I love to. I have some American friends, and yeah, yeah. I want to meet them, and I like US. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Everybody loves the US. And I want to go to your country. I want to go to Tokyo and understand the culture. It's, like we say before, the opposite, right?
Yeah,
People in
yeah,
Japan are attracted to here, and then people here are attracted to the Japanese.
yeah,
The Japanese culture. It's
yeah.
beautiful. So
Yeah, thanks. But I'm wondering the culture wise, mindset wise, Americans has been changed.
in which
This
sense?
because for example, the ambient music,
Yeah.
nowadays American love to listen to ambient music. That's
But
why
yeah.
like in the cities, especially in the cities like New York and the Los Angeles and the San Francisco. No, now they started to listen to ambient music, which means like people became more introspective.
Yeah, self-aware, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So I thought that Americans are very, became very introspective these days. Yeah,
E-
lately.
especially with the pandemic,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
when you see people dying and problems
yeah, yeah,
and you see, well, what is important in life, what is real important in life,
yeah,
you were going too fast in life, right? Going
yeah.
very fast, and you didn't have time to do stuff, and then all of a sudden you cannot go to work, you need to wear a mask, and people
Yeah.
now can, like there's an expression here in the United States, is smell the roses.
Mm.
Like flowers here, or the flower in my background in the house. Now you have time to see the beauty in the world.
Right, I see. Okay.
So
Yeah,
because
I'm asking because some of my American friends, they're very sensitive guys. They're very gentle, always care others, and they're so sweet. They're
yeah,
super sensitive guys.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
they're Americans.
yeah, yeah. The people like it. The people, yeah, they love the music here, ambient music, like you say, and electronic music too.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm quite sure you will do well here. I mean, it's a matter of uh, contacting like a booking manager or a touring manager, and then try to organize some show, because in September 1st, so
Yeah.
in next month, in 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, all the venues will open up here, all the venues.
Uh-huh.
So the Eagles are going to play. Genesis will be playing here, and then all the stuff. So things are opening up now here, because I'm seeing concerts already. So try to get like if you can, like organize like a tour here in the fall, United States, or between now and December, because all the venues are open now. So
Wow. That's gonna be a Freedom Day.
yeah, freedom, yeah. But the thing is, what is expensive is for a musician to get like a work visa. I think it's very expensive for you guys to come here to play.
Yeah. Of course.
You need to have like to make it worthwhile. You need to have like I don't know, 10 concert aligned.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, to come for one or two is going to be very expensive.
Yeah. I can imagine. Yeah.
Yeah, you might as well. All right. So I have more questions. So feel free to mention where our listener can buy your music, and feel free to mention your website and everything.
Mm-hmm. What do you mean? Where?
So yeah, tell us where our the listeners can buy your music? Feel free to
Where?
elaborate. Yeah.
Spotify and Bandcamp.
Yeah. All the album has in Spotify or in Bandcamp? No.
Sorry, no. My old stuff is in my stock house.
Yeah.
I don't sell my old stuff.
Yeah. But they need to go when people want to buy your music. Where they will go to the record label in Germany as well in Barcelona.
I mean, old stuff.
Yeah. Where people can buy your music?
They can't. I mean,
yeah.
I don't want to sell them.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to sell them. It's a shame. You know, it's embarrassing.
Why buying your music? Why?
because my old stuff isn't very good. So I don't want to sell them. I don't want to sell them. You know. So please listen to my latest ones.
Okay. I wanna buy all of them myself.
Oh please no. But if you're gonna listen to it, I'm gonna send it to you.
Okay, yeah. Especially you know, what I wanna do, Kazuya, I wanna get your music and then do a special about your music in the radio. Say, you know, I interview Kazuya Nagaya, he's from Japan and so forth, and there's an hour of 2 hours special about his music. So
wow.
people in the Western world can get to know your music. You know, I have interviewed close to 90 interviews now, and I have about 30 more coming up in the next 2 months. So I'm going to be interviewing, and when I interview people, they send me stuff, and I wanna, you know, I pay, you know, too, and because I want to have the signature signed by the musician for my music. I have four floors of music, 4 floors.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I have a lot. I have about 5,000 CDs and about 2,000 vinyl and about 1,000 Blu-ray. Oh yeah. Music is very important. So I want to do a special on Kazuya, you know, on playing on live, so the listeners can listen to your music. You know.
That's amazing. That's
thank you.
Yeah, I'm gonna send all my stuff to you.
Thank you very much. Yeah. We'll work out the detail.
Yeah, but it's very difficult to send it by mail. You know,
yeah, we can wait until the weekend.
It's gonna take a year.
Really?
Yeah. I already did that. I have a friend in US. Yeah. And I sent him a CD, you know. Yeah. By mail. And 1 year ago, he told me that it hasn't arrived yet.
My God. Yeah.
Because of the situation, you know.
Yeah, but that now is getting better. You know, it's.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, the post office in Japan in Japan is much better, and then here everything is open.
Okay.
But like a year ago, in Japan was closed the post office, and the United States was closed the post office. So that's why it took so long. Now everything is open here.
Okay.
Because a lot of, you know, I buy a lot of music from European artists. I recently got a package from, other people in Japan, and I buy a lot of music from Japan as well. You know, several record label, and I bought music from Sakamoto as well recently. And so it's open now, so it wouldn't take that long. It take like a month. All right.
Okay, that's good.
And I will work out the details. Well, thank you very much, Kazuya, for all your time, man. That was great interview. I love your music, and people need to listen to your stuff. All the Japanese people are very, very humble, but because as I say, I'm going, you know, I have another interview with the people from Kenso tonight, and then 2 next week from not from Sakamoto, for the other folks, from the other 2 persons from the Yellow Magic Orchestra, and I love your music, man. It's very good. So hopefully we'll meet in Tokyo in December for Christmas.
December, okay.
I will let you know.
Yeah, let's do that. And if you talk to Ryuichi Sakamoto, please say my hello to him.
Yeah. I hope so. I don't know if it's going to work out.
I respect him you know. So please.
Oh yeah, he's very famous in Japan.
Yeah, he's very famous, and he's a very good, you know, decent, humble guy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So
Please.
hopefully it will work out. I hope he, with the cancer, gets better, and then hopefully I will be able to talk to you.
Yeah.
Right.
Please.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Kazuya, man. Take it
Thank you.
easy. Have a great night. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah,
Thank you.
talk soon.
Thank you.
Thank you.